Hey y'all, welcome to our channel.
I'm Matt Digman.
And I'm Roddy.
And we're the authors of The Dark That Dwells, our debut space opera novel we published on July 10th, 2020.
As you may know, we're new to the AuthorTube community, so today we thought it would be fun to go through Jenna Streety's AuthorTube Newbie tag questions so you guys could get to know us a little bit better. We've also linked her original video down below so you can check that out.
All right, let's do this.
Question 1. What's your book's pitch?
So glad you asked.
The Dark That Dwells is the first installment of an immersive new space opera series, combining the epic scale of the original Star Wars trilogy and the ensemble cast adventure of Firefly in a world where alien technologies, hidden magic, and ancient evils push the limits of reality itself.
Question 2. If you were a book, how would you pitch yourselves?
A comedy about husband and wife ER doctors turned sci-fi fantasy writers. Unless we can be a lit RPG, and then I totally vote for lit RPG. Question 3. What do you usually write?
Well, so far we've done sci-fi fantasy in a space opera setting.
And you've also written a few flash fiction pieces.
You wouldn't know it by the size of our chapters.
Question 4. What's something you'll never write?
I'm gonna say romance.
Not counting your fan fiction, right?
What kind of a maniac wakes up an hour early to write erotic fan fiction?
Me. Question 5. What's your goal for starting an AuthorTube channel?
Well, we've been watching booktube and AuthorTube community videos since before we even published our novels, so I think the biggest goal for us is just to become a more active part of the community.
And we're also looking to share our specific skill set, which is what sparked the ideas for our Doctor in the Book series. Beyond that, it would be cool if some of the things we've learned in writing and self-publishing could help other people.
We're by no means experts in this, but if anything we've learned through our process can be helpful to others, then that's worth sharing.
Question 6. What made you want to start writing?
Well, for me, I think it was the desire to get out of the stands and into the game. Both of us have watched movies and played games and read stories our whole lives, but you finally get to that point where you realize the story you're looking for on the shelf isn't going to be there unless you write it yourself.
I think for me, I grew up writing a bunch of things, little things here and there throughout my life, but I never had a story I was passionate about until Matt and I met and started talking about the characters and the idea for the story of The Dark That Dwells. So for me, the biggest thing that made me want to start writing was our partnership and what we were able to develop together.
Question 7. What's your publishing path?
So we are self-published, and we plan to make a whole video talking about all the factors that went into the decision that we made to be self-published, but I think the biggest thing for us was we wanted to maintain the creative control that you get when you self-publish as opposed to what usually happens with traditional publishing.
After all, why not? Why shouldn't I keep it?
Question 8. What content do you bring to the AuthorTube table?
Well, like many of our potential viewers, we've come into this whole writing process as complete newbies. We had no formal literary education, so we know what it's like to have to start from scratch. We also know what it's like to have lots of questions about the writing process.
We also bring our experience as physicians, which means we have some cool things we can share to help you guys add realism to your writing.
Question 9. What's your biggest writing struggle?
Wow. I think it would have to be time. Like almost every other writer in the world, it isn't our complete day job to just sit around and write. And then, of course, being ER doctors, you had the extra challenge of doing shift work. And for me, that means I only work at night. I'm a nocturnist from like 10 at night to 7 in the morning. So on my days off, I'm usually a little tired and I have to catch up. Ryan's got the same thing going on. She works all kinds of shifts, morning, midday, and night. But that's any day of the week. And so sometimes there's just a time crunch.
The other thing is, though, that shift work means we don't have to bring any work home with us. So we don't have call, we don't have things that we have to follow up on after our shift ends. So it can be beneficial too, but yeah, definitely time.
We'll never sleep, 'cause living's for the weak!
Question 10. What's your best writing skill?
Well, I'll say Ryan's. I think it's the ability to see all these different plot threads that we have coming together and finding that one magic thing that brings it all together, ties it in real nice. A real bird's eye view of the plot.
I think Matt's is definitely his world building. He's incredible at it. And he's also really good at chapter cliffhangers. Really leaves you on the edge of your seat.
Long live the king.
Question 11. What's your biggest AuthorTube question?
I think our biggest question is what sort of content do you guys want to see? More specifically, once you get to know our backgrounds, what things can we maybe help you guys with or specific questions we can answer?
People ask the question.
What the hell?
Question 12. Are you looking for new channels to follow, beta readers, critique partners, or other writing buddies?
Oh, well, we never tried beta readers for the Darkest Wells, but we're always open to the possibility of doing that. Beyond that, we're always looking for fresh perspectives and maybe to make some new friends in the writing community.
Question 13. What are you most excited for during this new fresh start on AuthorTube?
I think the main thing is just getting to connect with other readers and writers, getting to be a part of the larger creative process and taking that step from being passive observers to active participants. So there you have it. Hopefully you learned something new about us. And remember, if you haven't seen our first episode of Doctoring the Books, be sure to check it out and keep an eye out for the second episode coming soon.
And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you want to see more from our channel, please subscribe and then hit that bell for notifications.
Comment down below if you have specific questions or other content you want to see from us. Otherwise, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.